Welcome to the Awaken Your Ego podcast, where we embark on a transformative journey towards unleashing your highest potential. I'm your host, Joann, and I'm thrilled to guide you through discussions that delve into the realms of physical, mental, and spiritual wellness.
Brenna here. Join us as we unravel the mysteries of wellness, offering insights and practical tips to enhance your overall health. From rejuvenating your body to nurturing your mind and spirit, our conversations will cover a holistic approach to well-being.
I'm one of your hosts, Ariana. Discover alternative health strategies aimed at optimizing every aspect of your life. If you're ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and well-being, tune in, open your mind, and let's awaken your ego together. Welcome to a life-changing adventure on the Awaken Your Ego podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the Awaken Your Ego podcast. We're so happy to have you. And today we have an old friend and we're excited she's back, Liset.
Hello. Hey. Glad to be back.
Has she been a shaman officially in the last episode?
I don't know.
Yeah, she was.
We announced it that she finished her training.
Okay.
I think we did it right after she came back, but go ahead. What is that? What do you mean?
Well, what is that, Liset? Tell us about being a shaman healer.
Like, what does that mean?
That wasn't on the script.
You didn't give me that question.
You didn't give me that question. So being a shaman is a bridge from our world to nature to spiritual. So I'm able to use the information that is energy, consciousness, and really help to put that out or give information or guide people. So.
Awesome.
So today we invited Liset so that we can do a spirit animal journey.
Yes.
Now, what can you explain to those that are like, wait, what the heck is that? Like, what is a spirit animal and what are we about to participate in?
So we call it also animal guides that we have that are really bestowed to you, and they help protect you, guide you. And every animal has their own trait. So that trait is also given to you and help you along your own path, and also animal spirits also to build that bridge between your spirit world, your consciousness, and you. So that way, whatever you're asking for or needing help in, they're able to guide you through it.
So I think a lot of people have heard of like angels, or they feel like people are, people that have passed on, or they're helping them out. So you're saying these spirit animals are like a similar vibe, but it's also, it's its own energy or being.
Yeah, it's actually been the different tribes and shamanism or shaman. And like I said, different tribes around the world actually use animal spirits, and they're the same thing. Angels are angelic and they have a different frequency, where animal spirits are just the animals and they have those traits and they're able to help you and guide you. It's the same thing. It's just whatever you resonate with a little bit
And
closer.
what do you have to do to get one?
Meditate. And actually, with the meditation that we're going to be doing, you're going to find your spirit animal. And they're going to come to you and talk to you and guide you. And if you have a question, then you can ask them. And whatever you're going through in life, they're able to help you. There can be more than one spirit animal that can help you, or they're interchangeable too.
And so the spirit animal ultimately chooses you.
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
And are we born with it?
I want to say yes. You are born with it. Most people do not want to, they don't know how to tap into it. But once again, they are interchangeable. So throughout your whole life, one can go away, and then you have a new one that comes in giving you the different traits that it has to align you with what the goal that you're deciding. Some people have one spirit animal their whole life, and it starts at a very young age. So whatever you tap into. And yes, they do choose you.
Interesting.
Love that. Do you feel like there's any other questions like listeners would have about just the concept of having a spirit animal?
Not really. I mean, I feel like some people might see it as a little woo-woo, like, what? I have the spirit with me.
Like, this sounds nuts.
But I think, like even coming from a spiritual background, when I heard about this, it's like, if God is the Father and he created all things, why wouldn't he allow some of his creations to choose you and to help you and guide you and be here on earth with you, you know.
Well, if you also think about it, there's different animals in your life, in real life, that choose you because they have a purpose for you too.
Yeah.
So it's energy coming together to also help you. And you mentioned God, creator, source, or I say all that is. It's all consciousness, it's all energy, it's all frequency, and it's here for us to align ourselves and raise our vibration and be more aligned. And the ultimate goal for everybody, it is to be happy, it is to be more aligned, it is to have these different guides that can help you through those troubled times, or even if you have just a simple question, it's just to give you more information about your life.
And ultimately, it's like, because I've done a guided meditation before, I have felt the love from one of my spirit animals. And that was like a confirmation. Yeah, and impactful. It's like, this isn't weird. It's not satanic. It's not anything crazy. It's like, no, there's love here. And I feel like on that frequency, it feels safe and it feels right and comforting for me too. So yeah, I just want to point that out.
Beautiful.
It's not scary.
And do we want to run through the meditation? I know we have that planned. I'm like, or do we want to keep talking? I'm just wondering, like, what would be more impactful for the pod?
You both have had already your spirit animal, and we can talk about that already and how that has helped you. Do you want to do a quick one? We can do a quick one. I actually had my cousin's girlfriend do a little spirit animal meditation, and she ended up with a hummingbird. And now she walks outside and she's trying to like make a noise like a hummingbird. But I have to tell you that there is a certain branch and a certain tree that she's already designed, or she's already pointed out that if a hummingbird lands there, it's for her. And every single time that her and I are talking, it just lands there and looks at her. I'm like, that's for you. That's not for me. That is for you. So whatever you ask for a real life hummingbird to do for you, the presentation, it's right there for you. And she's like, I know. She's like, every single time. And it could be the cutest little, smallest little hummingbird. And it just sits there. Doesn't say anything.
Dude, you can't convince me hummingbirds aren't aliens. I think they're the weirdest freaking creature that can fly so many directions. They don't make sense to me. And where did they
just
go?
Hover, like,
Where do they go? All of a sudden they disappear, and then they're gone.
Intrigued.
And if
I
you've
wish I
ever
had a
watched them, they
cute little
fly so
hummingbird.
high. It's just they're crazy to me. I
in
think
the
they're
last month, I've just been like chilling, and then I'll just see a little baby spider on me. I'm like,
it's her spirit animal.
and I just take it, let it go. I swear, almost every day in my car, there's this little, I don't know if it's a tree, something, they're just all coming out.
They're trying to tell you something.
Kendall's soccer game, I'm like, oh, there's one on my leg. And I'm like, thank you that they're so small.
Dude, I never see spiders. Spiders know not to fuck with me. They just stay far away. I'm like, I won't smash you. Don't show your face.
They've been coming, dude.
We have an agreement.
The web of life, though.
Oh, I did want to say, just sorry. So there was one in my bathroom, and I told Patrick, I said, hey, there's a spider. And I meant like, take it outside. And he came and kill it. And I was like, great. He's like, what? I said, now you've cursed me. He's like, what do you mean? He's like they're going to come after me.
They're going to seek revenge.
No, they're going to seek revenge on me. He had a dream that night.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That a big spider was chasing him.
You're making him fearful. You feel guilty.
And he said when he tried to like pick it up, it turned into a cat. And he said, I was like, what? He says, yeah, then you locked me in a room with it. And it was chasing me. Kept turning into a cat and a black spider. And I was like,
That's terrifying. Yeah, that's terrifying. You can inflict fear on people just by...
I was like, oh, shoot, that's crazy. But I'm like, I've had dreams like that, too. Spiders all the time. They never hurt me, but they're chasing me.
Oh, how
Or maybe they're running after me and I think they're chasing me.
Maybe they're trying to talk to you and you're just like, bye, stay away.
But I thought that was so funny. He's like, you jinxed me. I'm like, my bad. I told you not. I didn't think you were going to kill it. He's like, well, you told me there was a spider.
You're like, it's your own fault.
I was like, yeah, I thought you were going to pick it up and take it outside. I'm not killing spiders.
But Joann, to be fair to Patrick, most people think, spider. Okay, smash. Like, I wouldn't I would never pick up a spider in my life. I've never picked up a spider and moved
Michaela
it. It's
picked it
like,
up.
you shouldn't be here.
Even in the office, there's been multiple spiders where I have to tell other people, like, can you, like, Amanda picked it up, took it away. Michaela picked it up.
That's so weird.
They're all around.
So I think it was last year, the year before that, there was bees that were coming into the office. And I literally would guide the bee back out. And there was at one point, it came back in. They're like, grab Lisette, let her talk to it. It listens to her.
She'll excuse this bee.
And then it did go out. And there was another time where the bee was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm just going to sit here. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll sit here together.
It's
crazy.
How funny. Like Ellen Chan. That's what I mean. She's like summoning all the rats of New York to come to her apartment.
Can you imagine if you did that?
Oh no. See, I'm terrified of rats. That would be a worst nightmare.
Okay, so are we going to do that?
Yes,
Yeah.
Don't jinx me. Don't jinx me. I don't want to have dreams. I don't want to actually see a rat. I want those to stay far, far away.
Okay.
Okay, so take a deep breath in and out. This is okay. Take another deep breath in and out. I want you to pay attention to how you are normally breathing. And I want you to go somewhere in this beautiful world where it's Mother Nature. Nature is surrounding you. You feel free. You feel open. You feel connected. You can feel the wind on you. It's cool. You notice your surroundings, the grass, the trees, how the wind is playing with the leaves on those trees. And every breath that you take, you feel more and more grounded, more secure, safe, that you belong. Mother Nature is saying, you are welcomed here. You don't have to be anything else, but just connect. It's letting you know that you are whole. I want you to notice that there are 3 steps in front of you. And please walk up those steps. There's a small little path, and there's 3 more steps after that. Go ahead and take those and start walking up. And you notice this open field. And at this moment, I want you to introduce yourself. Honor your surroundings. And you're going to ask for your spirit animal, a guide, to come forth and make themselves known. If you need to start walking further in, go ahead and do so. And if your spirit animal is with you, please raise your hand. If you have yet to find your spirit animal, just call out and just ask. And if you're being directed to go to a path, walk down that path. You are safe and you are secure. Once you meet with your spirit animal, honor it. Give your spirit animal a gift. You can ask any question that you're wanting to know. Examples are, what is it that you would like for me to know today? How have you showed up in my life? What would be something that I would know when you're making contact with me for me to listen? Joann, if you need to go back into the woods, keep going further in. If the space looks a little dark, it's okay. You are still safe and you are secure. Darkness does not mean bad. If you personally already have a goal, how can the spirit guide help you with this goal? And once again, harm to none. How can I meet this goal? And be more aligned. And be for my highest good. If you have yet to give your spirit animal a gift, please do so. You can ask your guide, what would you like to show me at this moment? How does this relate to me in my life? What is something that I am not willing to see right now that may be blocking me? What do I need to know or feel for me to sit in my truth and in my strength and in my power? I want you to start walking towards the first steps. Do not cross it yet. Any and all the messages that your spirit guide did tell you, honor them. Take a deep breath in and out. And start making your way down 3 steps first. Take another deep breath in and out. And make your way down those other 3. You start wiggling your hands, your legs, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
I just started watering because they're closed for so long. I'm kidding, it felt long. How long was that? Nice. Felt nice. But how long was it?
Like about 9 minutes.
See, meditations, that felt like 30. I was getting mad even in my brain. I was like, Lisette, hurry the up. I already walked down these stairs. Push me down the next stairs. It's like,
because I was struggling, Ariana.
No, but timeline. No, I'm saying I think it's interesting how timelines. It feels so much longer when you're closing your eyes.
I appreciated the time. I was like,
I knew you were fast, and I knew you were slow, so I knew both of you guys were so different.
That's what I thought. I was like, Erin is probably already with her animals.
She was.
She's already hanging,
She's
chilling.
like hanging, talking, asking questions. But I also knew that she would ask so many questions first. So I'm like, she's on her own.
Yeah. And that's crazy when you said go into the woods.
Yes.
They were right there and I knew it. I said, you got to go in those dark woods, Joann. You got to walk in there.
See, this is even something true.
So what did it look like for you? Like, what did you envision when she was leading you?
So I was just like on a grassy field. It's sunset. There's a lot of grass, some dead grass, whatever. But I felt like this light was the sun, just kind of like beaming down on me. So kind of just like a forest, but like a little patch of grass in the middle. And then I'm surrounded by woods.
Like trees everywhere?
Trees. So going up the steps, it's just a little path. But I felt like when she said, ask your animal to come, I said, no, I need to go in the woods. I need to go in that dark.
And you were hesitant. And I felt it. You're like...
So I was like, this spider's not going to come out in the daylight.
Dang it. It's in the shadows.
Seen the Harry Potter movies.
You're like, another dark...
Talk about terrifying image.
Yeah. That's why I had to
say,
dang it, Liset.
the darkness is not bad.
Yeah. And I knew that too, but my wolf was like, hey, remember, we're okay with the dark. Go in there. You got 2 dark animals.
Like hyping you up, like, come on.
Let's go.
Yeah. I knew it was the spider.
I knew too, but I just like...
I still have not seen it, but there was a vision where I can see it crawling.
Oh, God.
And I think that my spider knows you're still afraid to see me. But the overall message is trust. Like, we are building trust. I gave her my respect. And
Beautiful.
so I think like she even said, it's okay. This trust is something that we're building.
Yes.
And it's going to take time. When
Yes.
you finally accept me and embrace me, you will see me. So I just get little glimpses of like the hair on its body.
How big is it?
It's big.
I don't know.
I'm not even scared of spiders, but the way you described it sounds actually terrifying.
I think of the Harry Potter spider.
Yeah. Okay. I get
But
very
yeah,
scared.
I did feel the love that she has for me, and I know she's feminine. And even while I was doing that, this baby was kicking. It's kicking so hard, and I was like, oh man. Like at first I was like, oh, okay, is this him like also confirming, or is he feeling my anxiety right now?
He's like, blood pressure's rising. I gotta
Blood pressure is rising.
So what I did right before you guys went into meditation, I did put a protective, and because you are pregnant, I put a little protected little bowl around him.
Ew.
So he's probably feeling the energy like, ooh, this is nice.
Yeah. But I did ask her, what are you giving me? And she said, right now, it's like you don't know how protective of a mother you will be for this baby. And you don't understand the love that the spiders actually have for their babies. And I got the image of all the spiders on the mom's back, which sounds cringy and stuff, but they do a lot for the moms. And she said, you have no idea how good of a mother you are going to be to him and how much of a protector. He's going to be all the things that you want him to be in a man, and the things that you fear of men, he will not. So I will protect you from that too. And I was like, oh, okay.
I love that.
Yeah, that's where I started crying. I was like, oh, okay. And then I just felt like love, like mother's love over a boy. So it's like, okay, this is my confirmation that like, I don't need to be afraid. And so she just said, trust, trust the process, trust in yourself, trust in your abilities, trust in the unknown. Wow. All of this is trust for you, and trust in yourself more than anything. Like trust that the people around you are loving, that your partner is loving, that you can have the things that you want. You don't have to be afraid.
I love that.
Yeah. As I'm seeing it squirming by, I'm like, oh.
Like, yeah, love. Focus on that. Trust.
Yeah.
Spiders do have a lot of love, and they stay in one spot because they allow things to come to them. They're not out like roaming and searching, and they're not scavengers. They're like, no, I'm going to build my home, and everything that I need and want is going to come to me. And I have to trust that.
Yeah. And that I got that image too. It's just like, sometimes being silent and slow is just as powerful as being, aggressive and forward. Like, it's okay to take a step back, So I'm like, okay, I don't have to be so bold and, like, I feel like single mom energy. I'm like, no, I got to do this myself. Or even being independent, like if I want to get this done, I'm going to do it myself. It's like, this is a time to just chill, allow it to come to you, slow and steady and silent. It's like, you don't have to be so loud. Like, think of the spider. I know. Think of how it moves, it's very poised. It's very quiet. In a way, it kind of just sneaks up on things.
And very graceful, too. So
I thought of like feminine energy, and I'm like, oh, this tomboy needs to be more feminine.
And a lot of people think of the trait or the feminine trait as being weak, and it's not. It's very, very strong. They actually give more. They're always giving and giving. But also the feminine trait is also to receive too. There has to be a give and take. So,
yeah.
I'm excited for you.
It was cool.
So for me, I did not view that image, which is funny. It's just, I always find it so interesting what people see because it's so different for everyone. So for me, it was like perfect day energy, like out on a hike, like trees abundantly everywhere, water, like pools of water around rocks. Like it was just very much like a really cool place I'd want to hike, And then I thought I came upon the water because you said look at a field, and instantly I saw a body of water. And I was like, oh, cool. My spirit animal's going to come on up right here. And then you had me walk up more steps, and there was another pool. It's almost like there's all these tiny little offshoots of like a river. And up came my crocodile. And my spirit animal is a crocodile. And I was kind of asking him some questions, and his advice to me was some similar messages to you and some different, was just that, like I was asking him, like, what do I need right now to help me? And he was it's a man, but he was explaining to me how, you know what, when I enter a new body of water, I explore it, I study it, I assess it. I don't just start making a ruckus. I don't want people to know I'm there yet. Like I need to make sure I'm swirling around and make sure this is a spot I want to hang out for a while. And it's almost like, and then if it's not what I'm looking for, I move along gracefully to the next one, quietly making a move to the next place. And so it's almost like trust that pausing is important. Trust that like being aware and being very intentional is what you need to do. And another message he sent to me is like, stop hyper focusing on your desire. He was like saying how if I'm hungry and I'm entering a new body of water, didn't take time to study it, assess it, look at it, see what my risks are there traps, are there predators for myself? And if I'm just focused on how hungry I am and I'm going after food, I might be caught up by something else behind my back. So it's like, don't make moves too quickly. Let yourself have that assess time. So then you can focus on the proper things. Don't let yourself get distracted with the things that you think are important, when in reality, you're just making yourself that much less aware of the signs and that you should be picking up on to then make your next move. But it was just all about being very intentional, slowing down, giving myself grace, and realizing we can always quietly navigate to a new water. And so that, it was just cool.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah. I'm like, I need to hear that right now, because I feel like sometimes I do get hyper-focused on something and I want to strong arm it forward. I don't want to let it flow to me. Kind of like you're saying with the web of like letting it come to you. I'm like, no, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do it right now. Like, I think that's definitely my energy, and I'm trying to be more intentional and still, and not just do what I think I need to do. I want to make sure it makes sense for the bigger picture,
Another part of manifesting is not yes, you want the end goal, but you also have to ask yourself, what is the end goal? And most people want to go ahead and achieve the happiness. So it's happiness that you need to look for. What's creating happiness now? And that will create the manifestation that you want later down the road. So the same thing for you is the pond. I need to look at everything that's going around me. It's like, am I happy in this? Am I happy in this moment? Because this is what is going to get me to food, home, get me all the necessities that I need in this pond. So if it's not working for me, then yeah, I do need to, in silence, find what I need.
And that what kept popping into my brain, and me and Liset have talked about this a lot, about like how I'm trying to embrace that saying that like slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So as long as you're doing things intentionally, conscientiously, that's the fastest way to do it. You're not having to do it 3 times, you know? And so I feel like that was kind of popping in my brain, like allow yourself to move slow so that it can go smooth, and then it'll feel like it went really fast. So that kind of concept kept popping in my brain. And then as far as not letting myself get distracted with like a desire, like, oh, I'm hungry, I need to go do this, or I want to do this, so I need to just forget everything else and focus on that. It's almost like that concept that we literally talked about earlier this week. And I say it all the time, just about like how emotions are a sign. They're a signal. It's not a state of being. And I think that is something that's easy for me to see when other people get stuck in their emotions. It's really hard for me to realize, well, I'm trapped in my emotion and I'm letting it be my character, my being, instead of just like, what is this trying to teach me so that I can move gracefully through it? Instead of getting mad, I have to like be confronted by it. You know, I just thought that was an interesting like inkling I got from some of the messages they were sharing. That conversation like popped into my brain.
I really like that, because one of the sayings that I say is full explanation. If you're in a car and you're driving it and you have all these little signals coming up, I mean, are you just going to ignore it and then just be like, oh, let me ignore what's going on, which I think that's like, what
I'm
some
sure
people do.
The car will make it.
Right?
It'll just go away.
Hyper focus and be like, oh, my car's done. Now I can't drive it. Now I can't do this. Now I can't do that. And they just make a bigger problem over the signal instead of just addressing it. And that says a lot about our emotions. When those signals come up, like you said, it is just a signal of saying, what else is going on within you? What else how can I address this? What do I need to look within my own self? And I know that you and I have discussed this, or even kind of like danced around it, that this is also called shadow work. You finding your spirit animal is another way for you to tap in to hear messages or feelings that you've been suppressing, that help you bring to the light, because all of those emotions, they do sit in the shadow and they're behind you. So sometimes we need other people across from us, or guiding meditation to bring that signal, that awareness of what it is, of why I'm feeling this way. So,
and I think one of my favorite parts about like shadow work and even like messages from spirit guides is almost like it gives me something to mitigate. It's like, oh, I'm not scared to be aware of what I'm doing wrong or how I can exist differently. Now that's an action item. I can fix that, or I can input something different. And so I can change the cycle of how I'm viewing things or doing things. So I think a lot of the times when people are fearful of shadow work, I'm like, oh, you're scared to exist differently. You don't trust that you can figure out how to mitigate this about you and that you can exist different. So for me, I think the spirit guides give you that awareness of things that aren't quite sitting well with you, and aren't sitting well with you, but you're hiding from it. And then it gives you an opportunity to mitigate it and change it. So it's ultimately not that scary, you know?
It's not. But we're so taught as a community and also as human beings that darkness is bad. You know, there was such a taboo about like black cats, or, you know, like even your meditation. Oh, I have to go into the woods. Oh, I don't want to go because it's darkness. So we're taught that there's something bad about that. And it's not. It's just saying that there's something here that I need to uncover. And even sometimes in meditations, doing our shamanic journey, I have people sit in a corner of a room when they're about to find their inner child, because that darkness is what they're scared of. And one of the best healings, or the fastest healings, is to do what? Is to literally sit with what you're scared of. Because That is a lot.
100%. And that's what that really like flashed in my brain right now as you were talking of like how like you can't shoot an arrow without resistance. And as some people are so terrified of conflict or feeling shame, like I've been doing things wrong, that they're not allowing the arrow to be projected forward. Maybe that resistance is exactly what you need to leap into the next phase or quantum leap into a different way of thinking. Anyways, that's a great message.
Oh, for sure.
That's beautiful.
I feel like finding my first spirit animals, which was the moon and the white wolf, really helped me with that. And I can say a lot of my anxiety was like the fear of unknown and also just like shame and guilt of like my past. And so it was ironic for me to think, oh, the moon is my spirit animal. And actually you helped me realize that, you know, the moon has its phases. There is, you know, the light and the dark side of the moon. And, you know, in a sense, it really opened up my perspective. It was like, yeah, like there are dark parts of me.
You're multifaceted.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that that's a flaw. You know, it's just like, yeah, I go through my phases. I'm an emotional person. And if anything, it helped me accept that. And then with the wolf, obviously being a nighttime with the moon, it's like I needed to embrace the darkness, which I had such a resistance for, and I'm still resisting. But in a sense, it's like, okay, it's like this feeling of just let go, because I associated darkness with bad, that black and white thinking, like you said, especially growing up in a spiritual household, you know, where it's like, oh no, you're going to heaven or hell, you know, it's good and bad. Like, so I always saw it that way. But shifting my perspective and learning to embrace the moon, it's like, this is at nighttime. I started to see the darkness instead of like a scary unknown. It's like shifting it to possibilities. You know, I read somewhere where it's like even being out at night and seeing the stars is the amount of possibilities. Like you don't know what's going to happen. It's not scary. That can actually be an empowering thing. Like I can make anything happen or anything can happen to me. It's just how you need to switch that. And I feel like finding that spirit animals, I guess, really helped with that shift. And I feel like if it's so crazy that was unique to me, you know?
100%.
And without that, it's like, okay, I see it now. I know why this is. And now there's like a correlation between my animals and darkness, which, you know, it's like, okay, not necessarily a bad thing that I have these animals that like to thrive in the dark. It's just more of being comfortable there.
And not judging it.
Not judging it, yeah.
If we think energy cannot be created nor destroyed. And if it's just energy, so that means even the energy that seems a little dark, what are those emotions or what is it holding of emotions that feel heavy? Because that's exactly what it is. And that's where when you feel lighter, we talk about light. When we feel heavy, we talk about darkness. So if you are able to understand that it's just energy and you can change that, but everything does have a cycle, and you just said it earlier. When you're like at night, how are you going to be able to see the stars? How are you going to be able to see the moon? So there's energy coming off of the moon too. But we as human beings only focus, oh, it's only dark. This is just darkness. And we forget to look up or look around. There's so much more greater. And everything is a beautiful cycle of life, that there has to be, just like the yin and yang, you know, there's darkness and there's always going to be that little light. And where there's light, there's always going to be that little darkness. And we're all part of that. It doesn't make us bad. It doesn't make us horrible. It just means that with our emotions and with the indications that come up, hey, I get to address this. I get to show this. But overall, who do I want to be? What is the consistent thought of who I am is also manifesting. And going back to your guides too, you can also ask them, okay, so what is it that I need to learn from this so I can change the consistency of who I am or how I'm feeling to obtain, to learn, to grow, so I can be more successful, I can learn or be more in a relationship, whatever you choose to. So there's always going to be that flow of yin and yang, no matter where you go.
Love that. And then, Bren, did you do the meditation when we were doing it?
I did, actually.
Do you have something you want to share? Why don't you sit here so you can be on the camera?
It's fine. I'm by the camera. So, It was a bear.
What?
A bear. And it was funny because I usually, like, my happy place, like, kind of where we go is more of, like, ocean. And then as you were telling me to walk up the stairs, I was walking. They went from cement stairs to, like, roots and trees. Like, they changed. And then I had to go up a few levels because I got distracted. So I had to keep, I'm like, oh wait, this isn't the one. Keep going. And then it was like mountain forest, like kind of bear country.
Brenna Bear.
Me too. I'm like, is this because it's my Instagram name? So that was like, I was like feeling that energy. And then, yeah, the bear showed up for me, and I wasn't like super deep in it because I had to make sure I was checking the camera and stuff. But, it was more of like, the bear was like so chatty, which was like weird. Like, I feel like typically the like animals, when they show up, it's more of like, follow me, like a little more like, watch what I do. But this bear was like, hey girl, what's up? Like, it was like she was like chatty, and it was like, yeah, like I'm just like collecting berries all day. Like, it was like so funny. This was like a girl's girl bear. Like, she was like, yeah, like I'm chilling, like I'm like gathering stuff all day, but I'm also like a protector. Like,
that's so you. I love that.
It was brown, but I couldn't tell. I don't think it was a black bear, and I don't know if it was a grizzly. It was just like,
could be a brown bear.
A friendly. Maybe it was a brown bear. Yeah, because she was chilling. But she was kind of just like, yeah, like I just collect. Like I am like collecting things all day, like eating all day. Like
you're like my dream. Keep going.
And I work all the time. Like I gather like things, I like put in the work, and then like I hibernate in the winter, and like we're chilling. And I'm like, oh, so it's kind of like feast or famine. And she's like, not famine. Like this is.
She's like, girl, I'm eating.
Like I'm eating good. Like this is just how my body works. Like I'm chilling. Like this rest is actually like not. It's not famine. Like it's not starving. It's not a sacrifice. It's like, this is how I function. Like it is, and it's not chaotic. It's just like, this is what I do. Like
that sounds like you.
It does.
So that was funny. It was like releasing judgment of like, I think the workflow and like, but it's also like work is important. It wasn't, so it's like, no, I have a system, but it's like, don't feel guilty for resting. Like that's not famine. It's not starving. It's like, no, this is how your body works. Like you need it. But then also like, she's like this fierce protector in a way of like with, her little baby bears. And I was kind of like, why are you showing up? Like, why now? Like, what do I need to learn when you're kind of prompting those? And like, what was it? It was but it was just really like self-acceptance. And like, you'll know when you need to turn on the protector part. Like, but that's not me all the time. Like, it was kind of like that. Like, you'll know when we turn that on, but like, girl, I'm chilling. Like, it was like so weird how like,
you knew her.
I knew her. She was like, yeah, it's nothing's that serious. Like, it's, yeah, like you turn the protector on when you need it. But most of the time I'm like working really hard. And then I take 2 months off in the winter and I'm chilling.
So funny.
No, the first time I met my crocodile, it was like that. Like, I don't have to tell anyone no crocodile. They know. I eat when I'm hungry. I whip my tail when I need to. It's like, just be. Like, that was my overarching message, that first journey. So that's interesting.
So yeah, it's like self-acceptance, and like, it's not do or die. Like, nothing's do or die. It's do and rest. Like, it is just like, and it can be calm, and you can like accept yourself for that. And like, you'll know when you need to be a protector. But like, that's not me most of the time. Like, I'm a girl's girl.
I'm a chill girl.
I'm a bear. Like, it was just funny.
I can just hear her now. I'm a bear. I'm okay. But
So
that's
there's
beautiful.
a common message for us to like slow down.
Okay, shut up, Joann.
Like, are you noticing that?
No,
Like,
yes,
okay.
exist with grace. What are we doing? Why aren't we existing with grace yet?
But I love that for you because you are in a transition time right now, and I think we all are. And we're always not necessarily comparing consciously, but I think when we see the other person doing something or about to do something, or they're in business mode, or, you're like, oh, but I'm not there. And so you start questioning yourself, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this my step? Is this, what else can I be doing? And I think honoring yourself in that moment, be like, no, I get to honor the way I am. I get to honor my own behavior. I get to honor, like, this is what is real for me and what I need to be me. And I think we all kind of we're taught at a younger age we need to compare, we need to see what the other person is doing, and knowing that if you honor yourself, you're honoring everybody else's, where they're at their timeline and who they are. So in a sense, by seeing you also give them permission to be them.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. I love that for you.
Releasing judgment too. What I think I'm supposed, and it's not like, and maybe it's like work, like what I produce, like what I'm. But it's like it's not about that. Like it's just like this flow between like work and rest.
Well, and I like how the bear was so chill about the different phases. It's like it is what it's fine. Like this is what I do. It's not. And I think with life, sometimes we want to freak out when something's in the balance, whether it's like family or relationship or sense of self or whatever. And it's like, hold on, no, it's just, let's mitigate it. Let's exist different. Let's change it. We don't need to get intense and have these feelings and freak out about it. It's like, let's just use the signal and then adjust. You know?
Like rest is important.
And that's so important.
Rest is like normal and like natural, and like it's not famine if you're resting. I think it was like this big thing. It's like, it's not like, it's
not
famine.
bad.
It's not feast or famine. It's not. It's like feast, rest. Like it's not. Like don't get it twisted. And I think that was the big. She kept like saying that. Like,
and you and I have talked about this before. We've talked about the scenario of someone going into the hospital, and sometimes they induce a coma, and the purpose of that is the body needs to rest for it to heal. Period. So when we're not healing, it's like our mind is going and not allowing us to get out of that loop that we're in. Yeah. So when you allow yourself to rest, you're honestly letting your mind, your heart, your body just fully heal where it needs to heal and realign itself. Yeah. I know this person who slept so much. She's just like, I'm tired. And then she went to go play the lotto, and then she won a pretty big amount of money. And it was because in her head, she knew she wanted that, but resting does bring your alignment back up.
Oh, give me a break.
I mean it. I'm serious. Because, okay.
I ain't never won in the lotto.
Yes, your belief system is that you're not winning the lotto.
No, I'm saying I don't rest enough to even have that belief.
But here's the thing is that either you mentally align with it because you're energetically there. You know, you raise your vibration, you're aligned to it, and that's what you do automatically. You know what you want, you're going to go for it, whether it be rest or non-rest, but your mind is still going. And I'm talking about these people who actually is their consistent basis of who they are. They're like, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I don't do this. I don't do that. And so that constant inner dialogue is what's bringing your vibration down. That constant dialogue of negative is keeping your health low as well too. So this person was like, I need to rest because I need to heal myself. So it just so happened that when she started after her resting, she decided, oh, I feel really good. I am aligned. Let me go ahead and play the lotto. I feel like her energy she's tapped into that, what we call that synchronicity, that sweet spot, and she went to go play and she ended up winning. So we get the choices of how we want to play in this world too, but our inner dialogue has a lot to do with it.
And we have to believe that we have control to change it.
Yes, when we do.
I think it's sad when I see people are like, oh, they just accept it. Like, this is how it is. This is how I am. You know me. And I'm like, mitigate it. Like, change it. Pivot. Why are you just laying down and saying, take it or leave it? Yeah.
I just had that conversation with my mom. She was talking about her feelings, and she has a hard time expressing them. And she even said, that's what I am.
She's new a widow.
She is new. So she's in her feelings, and she's like, this is just the way I am. These are my feelings. That has always been my feelings, this negative feeling. I go, Mom, that's not really who you are. Your soul, who you are as a whole is complete, is love. I go, it's everything from what we brought into this world or what we attached in this world, everything around us. So the pain and the hurt, it's because you experience this from other people. So it's learning how to say, okay, do I really want this? How do I heal this? Inner work, using your guides. And I go, but you yourself, you're loved, you're complete, you're whole. We have just forgotten that because of everything of our experiences that we've had. Mm-hmm. And she started crying, and she's just like, okay, we need to talk more. Like, oh boy.
She's like, fine, I'll let you be right this time. I'm just kidding.
So,
and how beautiful that you can help even your mom, change her perspective and have a hope that she can feel different. I think that's a big deal. And I know she's older, but it's like, what a beautiful gift even.
that has been a long road.
Yeah.
As you know. Just a little tidbit, because her and I didn't get along growing up, but down the road realizing is, okay, what do I need to heal from this, but also what's your stuff, and I'm going to let that be. And you need to figure things out for yourself. And then I need to keep on walking my road, walking my path. And I'm no longer going to sacrifice my comfort or anything for you because it's going to make you feel better. And I just can't do that. And I feel like ever since that I've done that, I've had more support with family. And she herself has had that quantum growth because of the expansion that I've had. So it's this inner dialogue that we talked about earlier. So it happens with everybody that we're close to. So
That's great. Well, thank you, Liset.
You're welcome. This has been fun.
We're excited. So we are planning on having a spirit animal night at Ego, tentative date. But we encourage, anyone who's down to try and find theirs to come join us.
Well, and if anyone has interest and wants to do it like privately, like not with a group, like we can always make an appointment with Liset and set that up too.
We could do that. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Hope everyone liked the episode.
Sayonara, suckers. Thank you for joining us on another enlightening episode of the Awaken Your Ego podcast. We hope our discussions have inspired you to explore new dimensions of health and wellness.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback fuels our mission to empower individuals on their path to optimal well-being.
Stay tuned for more insightful conversations, and until next time, may you continue to awaken your ego and embrace the extraordinary potential within.
Take care, be well, and remember, your journey matters.